Hello, Forgaster here again, and we are back for episode 75 of the Railcraft server Let's Play. And as you can see, I have moved some metals over here. I've made new metal casters, which I have also hooked up to power. And it turns out that these take low voltage. However, certain machines, the metal atomizer and the induction heater accepts high voltage, and I used Craft Tweaker to add tooltips to these after testing what voltages they accept in creative mode. So we are going to pop down to the reactor room and turn off the heaters there before I start to overheat. I have moved my computer here, the one with the internet card in it that was in the main base, to make updating software here. Oh, where did you come from? To make updating software here a bit easier, I've also started working on the floor here, though I've run out of construction foam for now. The reactor is offline at the moment, of course, but we are not really suffering for power just yet. I've made some updates to the reactor manager. But we're going to continue with the casting system for now. We are going to head back to the base to pick up some of the molds. And then we're going to try the system out. I'm going to grab the ingot mold and cable mold, maybe? Let's have a look. I'm going to grab the ingot mold, the plate mold, and the cable mold. And then I guess you can also bring the gold we have here for one of the tanks. It's not a lot. And the tin for the other one. I'm going to have to add another array of tanks because I have more metals, more than 4 metals. A bunch of iron here as well, but I don't have space for that. The tank of 32 buckets is full. And I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to store additional fluid. I think I might use IC2 tanks with fluid ejector upgrades in them, but I haven't quite decided that yet. Also, I'm going to work on the floor in here when I've made more construction foam and such. Okay, so let's put tin at the bottom for no particular reason. And we're going to put the gold here. Like so. And, oh right, I probably should have brought the metal caster, but whatever. We're going to put the ingot mold here, and the plate mold here, I suppose. Now I don't have... Oh wait, yes. I do have redstone IO blocks for these. We're going to put those up here. Now, here, I've put the metal atomizer because I realized that this setup works with anything that accepts fluid, really. It's basically a fluid crafting system. And the metal atomizer, which I haven't really used all that much, but what it does is it takes a fluid and then it can turn that into dust. So for gold, for example, it will turn an ingot's worth of liquid gold into gold dust. And I can add that as an item to the item file and order dust, basically. Now I'm not sure. Oh, this tank requires water. Okay. I did not know that. Interesting. I don't really have a water supply for this base yet, but we're going to need that for a bunch of things. So we're going to have to set that up eventually. But let's boot this up. Oh. Ah, right. Yeah. That's going to be a problem. I might have to put a better processor in this. It has 9 out of 8 components. So I guess I'm going to have to remove one of these for now until I can put a tier 2 processor in here. Now the computer was off before I added components, so it didn't error. It just shut down randomly for some reason, which does happen sometimes with these computers, and it's a little bit annoying. Anyway, let's edit the materials file first. So we only have the one transposer at the moment, so all the addresses are the same. But we have iron is up. And then we have copper, and the address is that. And then the input side for that should be north. And then the output side would be west. Oh, that's not the right bracket. Then we have tin. And it's the same address, of course. Maybe I could put the address at the end, but oh well. Input side should be down, and then output side is west. Still. And then finally, for now, we have gold. And the input side for that should be south. Input side south, which does not have an R in it. And the output side is still west. Okay, so that should be that. Then we're going to edit the items file. And we're going to grab the ID of this, or the address of this. And then we're going to say dust equals address that, which was the one we had used previously, and then the cost of that is 144 as we established. Okay, not entirely sure what happened there, but whatever. And then the side should be west, not est, west. Then we had the ingot, I think. No, we have item casing. We have a new address. So we're going to have to delete this. And we're going to put item casing. Don't really want to deal with spaces. Now this was 72 as we established in the previous episode. And then finally, for now, we have the ingot mold. So we'll say ingot spelled correctly. And the address for that is this. Cost is 144. And the side is west. And that is it. So now we should be able to run the caster program. And we have dust, ingot, and item casing. And we are going to make some iron ingots so we can make hoppers for these. So we can have the product output to here. And so we're going to pick 2 ingot. And then we're going to choose 3 for gold. And we're going to start with 5. So we can make 1 hopper. So ordered 5 iron ingots. Yes. Yeah. So now we should see that some iron is missing here. This tank was full previously. Not a lot. And then if we pop over to the... Oh. Oh, right, yes. The iron is here. So if we... Okay. What? That's not supposed to happen. I'll be right back. Well, actually, it looks like the server didn't die. Or wait, no. Apparently it did. Yeah, it did. Okay. I'll be right back once I have looked into this. All right, we are back, and the server crashed due to these pipes, which hasn't happened in quite a while now. I'm not sure what made it go off right now. But once it rebooted, everything is apparently fine. It extracted the iron. Now, unfortunately, I forgot to remove this pipe here. So what ended up happening was, because there was no redstone block to close this, the iron ended up in here, or some of the iron ended up in here, which is unfortunate. We got some plates, but we should be able to put this back into here. We get 2 ingots. Now if we go over here, we can order 2 more ingots to replace the ones that turn into plates. So let's order ingot, 2 for iron, and then 2, and then confirm, and hopefully it doesn't crash this time. Now if you look in here, we should have 5 ingots. So what we can do now is we can go over here. I have a nice little crafting table here, and I put the chests up in the chests here. Apparently I missed the button. Let's grab these, pop that back down, and then we can make ourselves a hopper. And we're going to place this underneath here, facing the hopper duct. Come on. Okay. Apparently that did not want to work, but whatever. See, that is that facing the right direction? I can't really tell. Let's do this. Yeah, that's facing the right way. All right. So we need 2 more for now. So let's order 2, 2, and then we want 10, and it'll confirm that. And we can see here how much fluid remains. I might want to have this tell you how many more you can make with the remaining fluid. That would be nice. And we got exactly 10 ingots and nothing left over in here. So otherwise it wouldn't be able to shoot. Otherwise you might not be able to make something with another metal or another fluid in general, I guess, technically. Okay, so there, now the product should end up here. I guess I'll put a chest here, because why not? Right, so plates were a bit unfortunate. Stupid of me not to remove that pipe. I guess, or I could have removed the mold at least. Although the pipe was more important actually, because we don't want any fluid to end up in here at all, because it was supposed to become iron plates. Okay, we're going to go down and get the reactor back up and running now. Now I've already committed the changes to the program. So I'm just going to re-download those right off. So put the floppy disk in there. We'll turn this charger on, and we can pop the tablet in there. Some charging. And then we're just going to wait for this to catch up because it's decided to freeze again for some reason. Come on. Oh, are you frozen? Let's just reboot, I guess. Oh, that was not the repository URL anyway, was it? Anyway, let's navigate back to the floppy disk and wait for the page to load. Okay, that's the casting program, which I don't need right now. Okay, let's get the server. No, not the elevator server. I want the reactor manager, and then we need to copy the URL for that. Download that, and then we're going to also. I've made an update to the now let's see which one is the hard drive in here. It's 48. Wait. Is that not listed? That's weird. Let's look in here. No. Let's go to mount. Let's try this one. And then home. There we go. Okay, so here we're going to get the new client, which hasn't changed all that much. It was just a fix for one of the states being inverted. Okay, so now the tablet is up to date, and this is up to date as well. And I am going to need the disk drive on here. We need to disconnect this. Plug that in there. Boot this up. And this has changed a little bit more. So we're going to copy from mount there, reactor client to reactor client manager. I mean, wait, no. Dang it. That's not what I want. The manager to manager, and then overwrite. Yeah. And then we can get rid of this. Put this cable back. And now we can run the reactor manager. And now, as you can see, instead of printing stuff over and over, it just maintains this text here where we can see each state of the overrides and the pipe and the reactor itself, as well as the power level and tank level. And I also You didn't see this, of course, but I actually put this inside of the highest if statement inside of the main loop, which turns out to be it turned out to be a dumb idea, because what it did was when one of the overrides engaged or something that caused the reactor not to run, it didn't reach that code, so it stopped updating this text. And the fix for that, of course, was to move the code that updates this text to the bottom of the loop outside of the if statement, so it always updates this on each loop. That is once per second. So now the reactor is offline because the tank is full. Pipe is still open for some reason. Power level is not 100%. Don't know what's up with that. I might need to keep an eye on this because it's not supposed to keep the pipe open all the time. It's only supposed to open the pipe when it needs power. But yeah, so this was wrong. This constantly showed overheating when it should have displayed normal. But now these are a bit more correct. Need to turn on the heater, apparently, or heaters. Which I still not sure how those work, because it seemed to have quite a massive range. But why is the power level displaying 100%? Pretty sure this should not be 100%. Let's see, this is 40 million, right? Yeah. And 33 million is not 100, not even close to 100% of 40 million. That's like 75%, just a bit over 75%. So this is wrong. I think it might have something to do with it not getting the capacity of the MFSU correctly, potentially. That's a bit annoying, because it was working in the test world, I'm pretty sure. So I'm not sure why it would not be working here now. That's a bit infuriating. Maybe this just isn't updating correctly. Because the pipe is open, and it's open because it needs power. So it knows that it needs, that the MFSU is not full. But it's displaying the wrong power level there anyway. Now here it's displaying the correct one, which is apparently 85%. Which is more than I thought. But yeah. Let's try engaging the client override. So it toggles that. It will shut the pipe and turn the reactor off. You can see that this says override true. And the pipe is now closed and the reactor is offline. So that works. This should also work. So if I pop that, the external override is now true, reactor is offline and pipe is closed. This should be show external override is engaged. It should properly display if you have. Yeah, shows true, true, and engaged, so you can have multiple overrides enabled at the same time, and it will show which ones are on. So you can see several things are keeping the reactor offline. For example, if the heat override is on and the external override, for example. But yeah, I am probably going to look at the power display thing on the server in between episodes or something. It's not critical, of course. Probably won't be featuring that in an episode. Instead, what we'll do probably is next episode we're going to keep working on this floor. We need to set up ore processing, which is going to happen over here, is what I imagine. I'm going to have power come in here. I need to make more construction foam so that I can get these rooms sorted out. And make a better processor for this so I can have more components, because I'm going to need more metal casters. I'm also going to need another transposer over here. Probably will leave a gap, so we'll have the other tank here. How much space do we have? Ooh, not as much as I would like. I guess I can put it in the floor below this. That would work. Or I could just put it in this orientation, facing that way. Doesn't really matter all that much for the functionality. It'll just look a bit off, I guess, which might bug me. Let's turn this off, put this away. I'll have to think on that as well between episodes. So yeah, that's what I'll be doing, I guess. I think that's it for now. We're going to, in the next episode, like I said, we're going to move in more of the molds here, get them situated. We're going to set up ore processing with moving the IC2 ore processing machines over here. We're going to make sure that process is automated. Probably have an input somewhere. I also need to decide where the main storage is going to be. And I guess that could be over here on this floor. Could have the vault and general storage here. So yeah, that would be interesting, I think. Yeah, I'm going to have to think about that too, but that might be what I'll do. And then you could have in the storage, you could have a bit of a sorting system, so that we're going to set up in future episodes, and that'll make sure that ores go down to processing. So that is going to have to do for this episode, And I will see you in the next one.